Greetings players, depending on where you're watching this is officially my last video for 2022 and my first for 2023. We hope you're having a great new year. 2022 was a significant year not only for me but for the rest of the globe. When 2022 rolled in, the Omicron variant of the coronavirus was still holding its grip on the world. At the time, the Touhou 4 Lotus Land Story NES remake was in its latter stages of development. Drillmation released 3 games over the course of that year, closing out 2 eras for us at Drillmation and beginning a new one. Those 3 games where I just mentioned were Touhou 4 Lotus Land Story NES remake on February 11th, Touhou 5 Mystic Square NES remake on June 3rd, and lastly, the grand finale, Chuhou Joutai 3, 3 Nights of Scarlet Abscess. This was a monster year for Drillmation thanks to those 3 games. For 2023, Drillmation is setting out on creating a new franchise for Whitethorn Digital, whose development began in June of last year. Touhou Paraided, Mythos of Phantasmagoria. If you've played the entire Chuhou Joutai trilogy, you may have heard of the name of Queen Marissa being mentioned a number of times. In Mythos of Phantasmagoria, you'll be able to take a trip to the Land of Illusion's Edo period and discover how her legend for the Federal Kingdom of Kozan unfolded. From the beginning until the end of last year, I have been hard at work expanding Drillmation's presence online. I have put a lot of effort into Drillmation's social media posts on Twitter and Instagram, as well as our videos on YouTube, including the one you're watching right now. As the time flew by, I have seen our follower counts grow. We hit our goal of reaching 5,000 Twitter followers before 3 Nights of Scarlet Abscess released. Drillmation is a company with respectable fans growing each day. I will continue making significant progress in all of my future undertakings. On June 3rd, we solemnly celebrated the completion of the Touhou Project NES remakes after 2.5 years of hard work, and on October 7th, the completion of the Chuhou Joutai trilogy after 4 years of development. I could only marvel at the journey we traveled making those 8 games. Hundreds of people have played our games. Despite this, we had a few struggles and challenges we faced throughout the year when Russia invaded Ukraine, stoking fears of America returning to the draft. There were a few close call moments. If America did return to the draft during that year, you would have never seen the last 2 remakes or 3 Nights of Scarlet Abscess release. Despite this, we had a few struggles and challenges we faced throughout the year when Russia invaded Ukraine, stoking fears of America returning to the draft. There were a few close call moments. If America did return to the draft during that year, you would have never seen the last 2 remakes or 3 Nights of Scarlet Abscess release. Only through faith and determination can we hope for victory over the past and coming years. Anyway, enough of what I did over the past year, and a lot of you are wanting to know what Drillmation will be doing for the forthcoming year. The first thing is, if you already saw my new channel art and social media banners, today, Drillmation has adopted its new logo as we enter a new era. The new logo has the full company name in English and Japanese. The Drillmation wordmark is in a bold italicized style. The red color is meant to symbolize greatness. Only great games can make big bucks. Great games are yours from Drillmation, despite a few bumps in the road. Through my trips on social media to encourage the VTubing industry to play the Chuhou Joutai games, I've seen those folks express their passion for the trilogy in a way that is very inspiring and rewarding. Every time I would speak to a VTuber on Twitter, I would ask them to play Chuhou Joutai in order to spread our word. I remember a lot of things they shared about our games. However, some of them have expressed concern. I know precisely what criticism is, and it only encourages us to do better. To ensure our reputation doesn't go downhill after the release of 3 Nights of Scarlet Abscess, we felt it was better to create a new franchise in a genre we have never touched before. That's why we are creating Touhou Paraided, Mythos of Phantasmagoria. We still have a long way to go, and the game is almost halfway complete. It might not release for more than a year, but we are hoping to get Mythos of Phantasmagoria done by the end of this year. Anyway, things are changing regarding how we do the monthly updates. Because we're making a new series, Susumu Takajima and Kagami Ochiai, who have for the past 2 or 3 years been featured on our social media banners, are no longer featured. You will still see Driller on my profile thumbnail. Since monthly updates only cover what will happen during the next month, they tended to be short. Nowadays, monthly updates will be done in the form of a monthly digest, showing our achievements for that month. The State of the Prophet Driller is where we deliver all major updates, and they are released quarterly. So, in just a month, you will see the stats of January 2023 alongside development and future goals for the forthcoming month. I still want Whitethorn to publish Mythos of Phantasmagoria. I will be visiting them again later this month to talk about the game's progress, as well as potential artwork to be done for the game. Not just promotional art, but special effects animations. We still have a ways to go before they can still publish this, but I am confident to do all the things that I have to do. As 2023 was rung in, I'm still on duty developing this game. We are working very hard to complete it as soon as possible. I salute you for all your great efforts and hope for success in the new year. We will work together for a better future. May Drillimation enjoy prosperity and our fans living in peace and harmony in this post-pandemic world. I hope to see you again in April when the weather for us is warming up. I hope you're enjoying your winter, or summer if you live in the southern hemisphere.